Welcome back to Space of Grace today. Your sister in the challenges, possibilities, and victories on this journey called life. Our hope is that you will find wholesome morsels that will whet your appetite and leave you thirsting for more of God. Are you thirsty? As the deer pants for the streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When can I go and meet with God? Was the prayer that rolled off the lips of the petitioner in Psalms chapter 42. Verse 11. What was the spiritual unrest that plagued the heart of this individual? Obviously, there was a pressing, overwhelming need that required an audience with the great physician, the heart regulator, and the Prince of Peace. No human interaction, no gourmet delicacy, no political affiliation or Ivy League education or any amount of money could satiate this dire need. However, the subliminal message employed in this analogy is thirst. This condition is the common denominator between the deer and the yearning that engulfed the heart of the petitioner and the writer of this psalm. Friends, the heart cannot be tricked into taking a cure-it-all pill, no more than a deer can be coaxed into drinking Kool-Aid as a substitute for a refreshing drink of water. In the book of John, chapter 4, a certain Samaritan woman encountered Jesus at the crossroads in her life. Her repeated attempts at marriage, actually 4 times, was a clear indicator that a natural solution could not rectify her repeated failure. There was something more going on internally that created a spiritual deficit. Dear friends, the writer in Psalms was quite aware of his inability to satisfy a soul's longing. But this Samaritan woman, was still at a loss as she stood at the crossroad. Years of being rejected may have masked her thirst. Or maybe she was just tired of trying. Her inability to find refreshment and satisfaction in relationships was a clear indicator that her heart was still in want. There are people right around us today who are suffering in silence because they have tried to fix themselves but came up short. They have tried drugs, alcohol, all manner of immorality, and failed miserably to satisfy the soul's aching need for God. Friends, can I tell you that it is only when we take off the mask, be honest with our condition, realizing our limitations, and be willing to push past the internal and external barriers, then and only then will we be in the right position to get healing for our wounded souls. Oh, beloved, today, the good news is that the story doesn't end there. Glory be to God. Because Jesus had his finger on the pulse of her spiritual thirst, and he exposed it all that day. What an amazing thing. The answers to her questions were given in that one encounter, and it changed her whole life forever. In John chapter 4, verse 16, Jesus told her, "Go, call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not even your husband." What you have just said is quite true. Glory be to God. Her secret was now out, and she no longer had to go around in life with the guilt and shame of feeling like a failure. She only wanted someone to see her wounds, to help her find answers for the questions that she struggled with, and help her find healing for her thirsty heart. Oh, precious one today, don't allow circumstances to keep you imprisoned. For this woman, it had been many, many years of shame, rejection, and who knows what else. We have the opportunity today, right at our fingertips, through the healing and refreshing words of the Bible. Living water is always available and is flowing free from the Savior to all who are thirsty. Yes, Jesus is the living water, and He saves, heals, and satisfies the longing of our hearts. He did it for the Samaritan woman, and He will do the same for you and I if we would just come and take a drink. Today's reflections. John chapter 7, verse 37. It reads, "On the last day, the climax of the festival, Jesus stood and shouted to the crowds, 'Anyone who is thirsty may come to me, for the scriptures declare rivers of living water will flow from his heart.'" Oh, precious soul, in Him, Jesus, you'll find everything your heart and soul has been longing for. Your sister in the journey, until next time, saying, be encouraged. This is your inspiration on the way.